Looking online, I was doing a little research, and is there any truth to you guys have an issue with Brand Nubian on Starstruck?
Uh, okay. Uh,
It starts
I
with
guess.
okay.
I guess I can tell the truth. Yeah, no, we had a little issue, but it wasn't with Brand Nubian. It really wasn't with them. It sounded like it was, but it wasn't. What it was that at the time, when Brand Nubian came out, they were they were they were the only group in New Rochelle. I mean, Puba had left Master of the Ceremony and joined Brand Nubian, and you know, uh, they were the only group they were like the one horse. It was like the one horse in a one horse town, you know. So uh, what we noticed was a lot of people that were gravitating to the whole message that they were putting out that had no business, in our opinion, being so uh, gung ho as far as adapting the especially the teachings of the nation of the gods and earths. There was a lot of white boys walking around saying peace God and quoting the degrees and the lessons and stuff. And that just didn't sit right with me personally. I mean, just didn't. And we spoke about it. And I'll be honest. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put I'm gonna put the blame where it kind of deserves to be placed. It was flashback that created the hook, and what he was talking about. But when I heard it, I was like, "Oh hell yeah, this is what we doing." So
I mean, if you listen to it, it's called Starstruck. So what Relay's saying, it is that, right? So in our town, there were stars, but there were stars everywhere. Relate if you listen to the lyrics, it's honestly one of the most focused songs on the whole album.
yeah, I
Literally,
would think
you
so
listen to
too.
both of our lyrics,
I
it's
would think
very
so too.
focused. And if you were to take Brand Nubian away and put anyone else in that actual position, it would be the same thing. Yes, I say brand new attitude, brand new kick. Yeah, we say little references here and there, and yeah, that um, was taken in the wrong way in many different times and instances. Um, but no, I think that I mean honestly, Brand Nubian is dope. That album was
Yeah,
dope.
I
They
mean, come
know
on. We looked
they
up to them.
know we
They were
know
like
that
they
they
were
were
like
dope.
big hip hop big brothers, and Clark Kent had even mentioned something uh, to us that, oh yeah, I'm trying to get y'all to do a joint with Brand Nubian. Now I live 2 houses down from Sadat X in
Two
New
houses,
Rochelle.
neighbor.
So I went over there one time and I'm talking. I'm saying, oh yeah, Clark said we're gonna do a song together, and it was like, oh word. We didn't hear nothing about that. And it was like, oh, okay. So that kind of added on to a little bit
Mm.
of and you know, honestly, we could take responsibility for setting that, and it culminated into an almost confrontation at the Mark Ballroom. But
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing that I could say is we knew all them dudes from New Rochelle. We knew them. They didn't know who we had with us. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know that. We had the best out. That was Dame's crew. He picked up a couple dudes from up there, and we went back
Them
to the
Brooklyn
Mark
dudes.
Ballroom because they had said some crazy shit. Like they was calling everybody from New Rochelle, and they was coming down. So we and shout out to them because I don't want to rehash this whole thing. What was done was what was done, and everything was squashed and everything was taken care of at that time. But it was just it was a misunderstanding. But we can take responsibility for being the catalyst for that. You know.
I mean, if you listen to the song "Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down," I mean, I'm just saying,
Just seen in
it's
a
like
video with a dude that looks exactly like me getting slammed on the wall. People was like, "Yo,
When he
are you?"
talks about quick, fast like Flash or something like that. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
all love though. I mean, because it's our town and we're all brothers and we're all out to do the same thing. So it's all
I,
good. I
I
mean,
I
it's
love the song. I'll be honest.
yeah, that shit is
Always loved
good.
the song. Always loved the group.
Yeah.
Right. Did you
I
guys
mean,
ever have words about it afterwards to just set the record straight, or did it just kind of fizzle?
no,
Well, what do you mean?
we
Like
beyond
if
it.
that video was meant towards you guys, if that song was meant
Oh,
towards
I
them.
mean, that was after the confrontation, so it was kind of like, if whatever's gonna happen, if it didn't happen then, it wasn't gonna happen at all. You know, I mean, I figured it was all on wax after that.
Right. Now, as
But
far as Bot Step goes, did Bop Step drop before the album or after the album?
after.
Yeah.
Did you guys see any momentum with Bop Step as far as the sales of the record?
Sales, no. Play, yes. Airplay, definitely. I mean, it played a lot. Um, Shout out to Kid Capri. Shout out to Clark. He played it.
Oh
Red
yeah.
Alert. Um,
Shout out to Wendy Williams. Played it in the
yeah,
background of
yeah,
every one of her songs.
yeah.
Like she
That's
had it
right.
for a whole year in the
That's right.
background of
Wendy
everything.
Williams. She damn sure did. Um, yeah, yeah, she did. Matter of fact, she was a nice person when we met her at
Yep.
BLS.
She was a
She asked
supporter.
us to do some drops for her and whatnot. So yeah, I've forgotten about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once that album dropped and does its thing, what do you guys remember most about the reviews? I believe the Source magazine gave you guys a 3.5.
Yes.
What were the consumers saying about the album?
And they would have given us 4, but we were a new group they never heard of before. So that's what kept us in the 3.5 mark. But consumers, we didn't hear too much from consumers. I mean, like Flashback said, East West didn't really push the album the way that they should have, and that they could have. I mean, just off of the strength that we had been played on Pump It Up so many times, and we had been showcased on their New for '92 show. So we
Yeah.
were, just off of the strength of that, I feel like East West should have uh, promoted and marketed the album a lot better, but they didn't. So as far as sales are concerned, I didn't see too much as far in the way of sales. And this was '92. Like everybody, I mean, come on, what was dropping back then?
DJ Quick,
Everything.
EPMD, Pete Rock.
Redman,
Cypress Hill.
yeah,
Everything was coming
everything was coming out.
out.
House
Low
of
end
Pain,
theory. Everything.
House of Pain.
yeah. I mean, even Mecca, not Mecca, yeah, Mecca and the Soul
Yeah,
Brothers
Pete Rock. Yep.
Yeah.
that year. So it was just,
It was
you
thick.
know, yeah.
Were you guys able to tour off that project?
Huh?
Did you guys go on tour to support that project?
We did college tours. Yeah, we did a tour with De La, and uh, we did
X-Clan.
West Coast. We did
X-Clan.
West Coast X Clan.
Yeah.
We did some West Coast dates. But as far as an extensive tour, no. We were supposed to do London, but that was around the time that was around the end of the whole East West era.
Overall, were you guys satisfied with your debut album?
Oh yeah, as far as the content, yeah, we were very satisfied. I mean, personally, I wish, and this is just me speaking. I wish that we had been given time to maybe. Um, I'm thinking as I'm talking, I'm thinking about what actually occurred and what I'm saying now, and I think that I don't know. I'll let Flashback answer that. You come back to me with that.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, just basically, were you satisfied with the project? Because most of the times there's a producer maybe that you guys wanted, maybe a guest appearance. I know you guys didn't rely on guest appearances. Was there anything that was missing that you were hoping to accomplish?
Okay. The only, I mean, I love the album. Everything about it I love, but sonically, it wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be. Um, we had it sounding in a whole different way because
Mm.
again, we pre-produced it. So when we pre-produced it, it sounded a lot raw and a little heavier. That's the only thing I would say. I think this though, honestly, um, Odie, my boy Odie, actually listened to it and he said it sounds a little harder. So I have a feeling this was even mixed a little tighter. So this re-release, it sounds a lot stronger to me than the original version.
It sounds strong
Unfortunately,
on
the original version,
Spotify to me too.
yeah, the original version was mastered on with Dolby, with the Dolby setting, which I'm saying we're talking about hip hop. Dolby isn't really necessary to tone down the sounds of a hip hop
Right.
raw album. So that is the only thing I think is my
And
issue. That
also, one thing that I was thinking about, this was yesterday even. Uh, the way the album was made, the way we made the album was kind of in the beginning. The intro of the album is the last song is let me say this correct. The intro is we used the same record on the last song as we did for the intro.
yeah,
The outro on the album, which comes before the very last song, we used the sample from the first song on the album. So it's kind of like When the Ends Meet is the last song on the album. So that's what was supposed to be on the album. It was supposed to do that to solidify the concept of When the Ends Meet. But the people at Frankfurt Wayne didn't do that. You know,
but Dave,
they
Dave,
uh,
I listened to it on Spotify and I heard "And You Stop" at the end of "When the Ends Meet."
yes, and they included that on the original album.
They did put it in.
Yeah, it does that on
Okay,
the original album. But
okay,
that outro, remember, we had it. We
yeah,
wrote everything down for
yeah.
Frankfurt Wayne, and they said, okay, yeah, and they just submitted that one little
Yeah.
piece, and that always felt like a like all your socks in a drawer except one pair. You know, and that one goddamn sock.
Now, what eventually happened to you guys' deal at East West, and then where did you guys find yourself at that point?
We basically got dropped from East West, and it was kind of like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know.
It
Maybe
was. I
Flashback.
mean, we kept. I mean, we continued making music, but
I'll be right back.
yeah, our urgency wasn't. I mean, was never even there in the beginning. Remember, our music found itself to the record industry, so it was almost like we were a little lost to the point where we had to make content, but unfortunately couldn't get it into the right hands to get it to the next step. You know, but still continued making music and still do. You know, so life continues going, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of different competition that comes in. Another thing is a lot of gangster music came out right in 94. And at that point, what we were doing lost a lot of relevance to a lot of people. So there were a lot of things like that that caused, a little bit more of a barrier.
Right. Did you guys complete a second album?
I mean, we definitely have enough content for probably 2 or 3 albums. But as far as a cohesive album and like what we want to do, no, we haven't fully completed volume 2 because the album, I feel like album volume 2 A lot of people, I was watching an interview and someone was saying volume one, the whole shebang should be everything, right? The whole shebang. But no, it's a volume two is going to be like the next level. After everything is not the end, there's a new beginning, right? There's got to be more. So that's what the whole shebang volume two is going to be. And some of the songs that we kind of have put together is special and timeless. Like What's a Bro to Do could be played today and still be relevant. We have some songs that will definitely fall into that pocket.
Right. When can the supporters expect that project?
I don't know.
When it's done.
Yeah, when it's done.
Right.
When it's done.
I mean, people listen, and because the fact of the matter is, we're not doing this as like as how should I say it? We're doing this to basically finish what we started almost. You know, the whole shebang, volume one, was intended to have a follow up, so it should. And that's really the bottom line. It needs a follow up, and it should have one, and it should be what people like. Look, I mean, we didn't expect the type of response that we got from people as far as what they know about the future sound and what they know about the music and what they know about the album. So now that we know that they actually know and they have some kind of adhesion to what we actually do, we can give them more. We can give them more, and we can update it to where it's what they don't even expect. They expect it, but they don't expect it, or they'll just be, they'll be surprised, by what we give them. So it's not really, about doing this to to be for the same intents that we had the first time. Those are not the same intentions. This is not your this is not young nigga hip hop. This your father's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? This is not going to be, and maybe it will. Who knows what it's going to be? Who knows what it's going to be? Who knows? But it's not going to be what is out. I'll tell you that.
Right.
I felt like going back even to what you're saying, like what we missed. That's kind of what volume two is. Volume two is kind of like listening to the album, being able to listen to it now on all the platforms, and see, I'm gonna keep promoting CDs and the cassettes. I'm being, but listening to it, I kind of realized though by the end of the album, relaying myself, we're already, I won't say matured past it, but a lot of the stuff on the album was like the things we were saying, and we say phase a lot, but we were in a phase, and it was a kind of a childish phase, it was a young phase, and we were saying a lot of things that we at one point kind of grew a little bit past. So listening to the more mature level, and like Relay saying, it's going to be grown folk level. Volume two, I think, is going to be that. So I'm looking forward to what volume two is going to bring, but I think that volume one, at the end of it, I kind of felt like I wish all the stuff we're doing now were on the first album. So that was the only regret at that point, because we
Yeah,
continued to
yeah.
do
Because
content.
honestly, we had basically done the album like almost 2 years
Yeah,
before it came out.
yeah.
You know.
Oh,
So it was like dated. I mean, not dated, but to us, it was
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
It was
Because we
old.
had done a lot of songs in like 90, 91, and
Yeah,
the album didn't come out. I mean, we basically done all the songs in like 91.
yeah.
So we had already started working on basically gathering all the the samples and stuff
Content.
that we were gonna start on volume two. Or it wasn't even, I don't think it was gonna even be volume two. It was gonna be another album, and then we were gonna do volume two. I think that's what
Yeah,
we had decided we were gonna do. Like we were just gonna wait and give people maybe a different sound, but then go back to the same sound that we had on volume one on volume two. That was our intention.
right.
yeah.
How did the collaboration with 90s tapes come about?
Uh, Again, flashback.
So I got shout out to Jay Ruff. Jay Ruff reached out, and they were very excited about trying to get our music out. And without hesitation, I made sure Relay was involved in the
Well,
fold.
excuse me.
And
He had done work with Original Flavor
oh,
first.
that's right, that's
So
correct.
that's who Ski Beats. You
Ski
know
Beat,
who we're very still. Shout out to Ski Beats,
yeah,
still doing his thing. My God, that dude is a fucking
musical monster,
magician.
man.
The dude is a maniac with beats. But yeah, we still keep in contact and love that dude. And he basically put us on to that. But yeah, you know, Flashback could tell you more
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. So with that connection, Jay Ruff reached out, said on their forum, they've mentioned the Future Sound plenty of times. They'd be very excited to have us and pause, but have us on their platform and release an album and have everything go the way it is. And yeah, without a doubt, I was able to grab and gather a lot of stuff and find some exclusive stuff to make it even better, especially the Biggie, out, the Jam, the What's a Bro to Do remix that Clark did. Unfortunately, Clark did pass before it came out. I really wished that he was around to see this and kind of enjoy and
Yeah,
celebrate
yeah,
this
that
with
would
us.
have been really cool. That would have
That
been
would have been
very cool.
special. Um, but it was really, it was really cool that we were able to get all the things, including "Ain't No Need to Worry About the Future," which is one of those songs that we talk about that was put on a tape. It's now actually on vinyl. It's one of the jams that we did, and it literally was going to be on album. It never made it, but it really is tight and it's good. And I'm excited hearing it right at this point.
Yeah, it's really cool. It was really cool to see someone post that song on
Yeah,
Instagram. That was crazy.
Hmm.
yeah.
Because yeah, that song was recorded in the basement.
For those
Basement.
supporters that want to pick up a copy, where can they find that project at?
Oh, well, I think they're all sold out. No,
That's a
I
good
mean
thing,
So
right?
they can still go online and find it in
yeah,
some
yeah. So
on
the
Amazon.
vinyl,
I
the
think.
vinyl, the cassettes are gone, but the CDs exist, and they can get it at HHV, which is going to be the website. They go to HHV, look up the Future Sound, and you should see our content. Um, I do post a lot of our stuff and music and things of that nature on F1 Ashgram. So that's another way of trying to get to the Future Sound or any content that we have or anything that we have going on. You can always go to the bio and find links there as well. But also go on your streaming networks as well. Apple Music. You could go to Pandora. You could go to Spotify, Amazon Video or Music, whatever. All of those things have our music.
Right. Just briefly catch the supporters up on what you guys have been doing individually outside of music.
Man, listen. I I've had a lot of health issues, so I've been struggling with. I actually had um, stage 4 cancer
Oh,
at one point, and I beat that shit. You know. Um, so it's been just like basically it's been like what uh, 11, 12 year stretch of that. Just trying to focus on my health, staying healthy, staying alive, staying strong. You know, um, yeah, yeah. Still working on music. Still, you know, just trying to trying to stay here. You understand?
yes, sir.
Um, I'm I'm working in sales, pharmaceutical sales right now. Uh, I'm in Florida. I got a wife and two kids. My daughter's actually in New York, and they're both grown. My daughter's in New York doing her thing. My son is here with us, and it's been a long journey, um, but it's been a great one. It feels like yesterday though. Honestly, making this album, I still remember little things as though it was yesterday. So it's crazy to see how fast and how much time flies and how fast it does. So that makes me want to cherish the moments even more so because I
Shout out to
know
my daughter Yasmin, by the way.
that's
Big
right.
shout
Shout out
out,
to Yasmin.
no
That's
doubt.
right. So
Can you
yeah,
guys shout out? Go
we're
ahead.
at EMCs. We father MCs.
Can you guys shout out your social media before we get out of here?
Yeah. F1 Ashgram. If you want to go on Instagram and you go to the bio, you'll find all the links to anything that's going on. Yeah.
Relay TFS.
Very
That's
dope.
REALA TFS.
Very dope. Any last words for your guys' supporters before we get out of here? That's been down with you for many.
Yes. Thank you to everybody who bought the reissued album. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. I want to thank 90 Tapes. I want to
Definitely
thank
90
everyone who did
States.
buy our album. I want to shout everyone, from New Rochelle, from Nauru, from everywhere that we've ever touched base with, all of our peoples, a home base, of course. And yeah, I mean, I want to thank you too for having us, man. Much
Yeah. Yeah.
respect. We really appreciate the exposure. And the more you guys listen to our album and the more you listen to our content, the more we appreciate it, but also the more you are listening to real hip hop, the more
Hey,
you're
check this
getting,
out. What
yeah.
next time you have us on, we'll tell you the story of the LL Cool J Jay Z battle.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We'll
I'll
do that.
hold you to it. I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, yeah, we'll tell you that story. Maybe
We'll run it.
even have Will Ski here, Ski Beats, to chime in.
Absolutely. I want to thank you guys. Everything that you've done for the culture. I was telling Flashback earlier that I was an 18-year-old buying your long box CD when it first dropped. So to be talking to you guys somewhat 33 years later is a blessing. And I thank you guys for the opportunity. That's the one and only Flashback Relay, the future sound. I'm the Jones Sin-seer. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Peace and love,
Thank you
y'all.
very much.